Alright, hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. I'm in Chiang Mai, Thailand right now, but I wanted to do this breakdown for Nathan's first Jiu-Jitsu match. A few things going into this. It's pretty crazy to see Nathan compete. I think he'd only been training with us for around 2 weeks at the time, and within, like, if I remember correctly, like a week before the tournament, he had told us that he wanted to do this tournament, and yeah, we just tried as much as we can to like prep him up and start to do this match. Just shout out to him for putting Team No Team for his academy. I thought that was hilarious. So Ralph does a good job of immediately getting inside and see. So right there, he has 2 grips as well as having foot on. He's got like the inside position on his feet, and so despite pulling guard, like he has all the advantages to start to initiate his attacks and such. So here you're backing away, and see, like the more that you back away from those sticky grips, the easier it is for him to off balance you. And from here, like I don't even think it was like that technical of like anything, but he managed to put you on your knees. Okay, so from here he's already setting up the close guard, and that's something that we could work on, is just doing more reps of like opening close guard. And so immediately he uses it to sweep, reverse the position, and then so here you latch onto the guillotine. That's something that, like, I remember we were working on trying to develop like a high elbow. I believe right now you're trying to lock in like a arm in guillotine right now. And so again, like what we talked about, sometimes like if we feel like the guillotine's not there, we have to let it go. Otherwise we run into the risk of von Flu chokes and such. Let's see what happens from here. Nice. So he gets in the mount. From here, he's starting to work the head and arm choke, but he doesn't have the correct head position. And yeah, it's funny enough, like I think one of the submissions that we talked about like defending was the head and arm, and I think it's just because like the head and arm choke was just something that I developed a lot, and you know, going like between our roles within each other, like that's something that that I found you got caught in quite a bit. And so one of the escapes that we worked was to base out and get under our knees and go into turtle. And from here, you're keeping that good shoulder position to like really wedge and kind of kill that any shoulder pressure that works the finishing mechanics here. Yeah, so good job alleviating pressure there, like with the shoulder. So from here, I think like one other general concept that you could think about is, especially if guys don't have the submission in pretty deep, is just to continuously move around and just generate movement to not let the submissions and chokes like get in too deep, especially in a scenario like this. What's that? I'm not too sure what happened here where the reset went into stand-up. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Skip forward a bit. Alright, wrestling, so we're hand fighting. Nice. Yeah, I remember we talked a little bit about that, is not letting the other person control your head, kind of circling out. So there he pulls seated. And yeah, I'm just happy that, you know, between this and the other match that you didn't pull guard, that you managed to stay on top and just fight your way. That was a really good sweep, so let's look at that again. If I can rewind. Okay, from here, so sweeps a lot of these sweeps, especially from close guard, come about when he goes to attack the upper body, whether that be like controlling the arms, controlling the head. And then from here, as you go to posture up, your legs are exposed. Once the legs get exposed, that's when he goes in for that sweep right there. And so if we're opening up a close guard, it's a good idea for us to work on staggering our stance. But that's something we could definitely work on when I get back, is just learning how to open up close guard and being able to escape safely and then work the pass. And those are like just general concepts that fall into guard passing too. From here. Yeah, so that puts him directly in the mountain. We're kind of in like the same scenario here. Bang, bang. Another back take. Good job stopping that rotation, actually. Here, so let's see. Okay, so as he goes, you are able to counter spin on top of him, and that kind of prevents his back take. And from here, we're just stacking, 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 just preventing any kind of upper body attack to occur. Yeah, I like the thought of going in and working in that guard pass, actually. That's a pretty, let's see. Again, something that we can work on in terms of like engagement, especially after the close guard breaks. Here, right, you have a near side head and arm. Or sorry, you have the near side head block, but then it's just about getting the underhook to start to really pin his upper body, and then from there to actually pass. But from here, if we don't have that, I might think about disengaging and working towards like half guard passing or even like outside passing first. But yeah, the thought process is there, and I remember we did a few classes with that. Hey, it's Chris. One thing I forgot to mention that was actually pretty important. So I think next time, if you were to do a second tournament, I think what we'll need is, we'll definitely need someone there to help you coach, but the main thing is to just give you time pointers. So let's say like a minute goes by, we'll just say like 60 seconds down, whatever, just so like we can understand like what kind of pace we want to start to push, rather than like being close to the end, having like 10 seconds left in the match and just like not knowing what to do. Because I think like once we know where our time is, that's when we could start to really know like how we can engage. When I get back, I think the first thing that we should work on is learning how to escape close guard. And then from there, we'll work on a path of, we'll work a passing path, whether that be disengaging into outside passing, or if you want, we could even go into like the Joseph Chen passing, because I think like once those legs open up, it opens up an opportunity to have us get an underhook, at the very least an underhook, and then from there we can get that near side head to start to work. Tripod passing, right? Okay, so opening guard, tripod passing, and then another thing is just escaping mount. I think the one thing that I really underlooked was escaping the mounted position. We worked a lot on side control, but I think, especially in like newer matches now, side control is such a small, no, small is not the right word, but when folks have the opportunity to go into mount, they'll probably take it first. And so I think we have to definitely work on mount in conjunction with, just prioritize mount first before side control escapes. And the other thing that we could work on is that whole sequence of like escaping the head and arm and going into turtle. We'll put that in the notes. But yeah, good job, man. Okay, so I'm glad that you didn't pull guard. I think if you decide to do another tournament, we could work on all these skills and then work on attacks from guard. I think one thing that I really want to work on eventually is like going into leg locks and working the Arimi Ashigurami or like single leg X, because from there it opens up a lot of sweeps and attacks, especially for us to be more offensive from the bottom. And I think maybe like once you sign up for your second tournament, you know, we'll have refined skills in the top game, you know, passing. We'll work a few basic submissions, and then from there we could also work a good bottom game starting with the single leg X. But overall, good job, man. Like, I mean, 2 weeks and then going into a tournament, that's freaking wild. But yeah, of course, like, if there's anything that you want to know about, just let me know, hit me up. You know, you have my number. And of course, like, to everyone watching, thank you so much for watching and tuning in. I'm in Chiang Mai right now. The uploads are probably going to be a bit slow, but I'm going to do my best to try to do some more of these match breakdowns and such. But yeah. All right, thank you guys. Thank you so much. And just remember, if you have time to kill, you have time to drill. Peace.